All right, guys, here we are with the 350 motor, and we're gonna do a timing chain and tensioner on this thing. I've already taken off these 3 bolts to remove my pull rope. Next, I'm gonna take this bolt out. You're gonna wanna use an impact for this. Just like that. That's off. Now you're gonna work on removing these stator bolts for this cover. You're gonna wanna keep up with exactly where each bolt goes. Once all the bolts are loose, you should be able to pry this a little bit. Oh. It will be a little bit hard because it has a gasket. And it's also magnetized, so it might feel like there's a wire or something back there, but there's not. Now we're just gonna start pulling these cover bolts all the way around. You will have to have your speed sensor off in order to get this little bolt off. Now that we've got all the cover bolts loosened, we should be able to take a screwdriver or something and tap against it, and the cover should pop on off. And don't forget, keep up with your bolts. You can just take a screwdriver and kind of just work your way around the whole thing. Break that gasket. Don't be like me and forget to move your guard. So after you move the guard, then it should just slide right on off. Next step, we got to use a special tool to pull off this flywheel. All right, so this is your tool. You put your bolt in there, thread it on, and it'll pop it loose. Now we'll pull this off. All this just pulls off that shaft, and you take it apart. You've got a bearing and a washer in the back, and I went ahead and zip tied it all together so I don't forget where it goes. So as you can see, our guide is pretty wore out. It's kind of eating the chain as to where the chain is supposed to just barely sit in there. I took out the 2 10mm bolts holding the tensioner. Now we'll pull the guide out. So why are we gonna change the chain?
Chain don't show very little wear.
It don't show nowhere. Very little. Fuck it. At least you don't have to pull the top in then.
Quit telling me
Shut up, bitch. All right.
do whatever I want.
We got our tensioner arm in there and tensioner.
Yep.
Oh yeah. All right, now we're just gonna work in reverse. We're gonna take our bundle and put it exactly how we had it. Washer first. Now that that's all back in there, you're gonna do your starter gear and your pin. Now that we have all that back together, we're gonna scrape off the solid gasket. We've got all that cleaned up, and for the life of me, I cannot find a gasket for this, so this is what I'll be using. I got my seal in there, and I just plopped the cover back on. Now we're gonna work on putting our magneto back on. I'm gonna clean up this old gasket and put a new one. Time for our bolt. Now we'll put our crank rope back on. All right, so that's it. It's all back together, and it shouldn't be ticking no more. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. And hopefully this is sealed, because I don't know, I've never used this stuff before.